So I ran out of time in my previous video, but I'm sure you know what I was going to say. It was, and join me in my next video. And here we are. Okay, there is actually another gradient within the fill and stroke panel, and there's also a pattern fill that I wanted to show you. So I've already gone ahead and drawn a circle, and let's open fill and stroke. And I have opened my gradient tool, and the radial gradient is the very next button next to the linear gradient, and you do it the same exact way with your stops. You can add them, you can change all the colors and all of that. I'm not going to go through that because watch the previous video and learn how to do it with the linear gradient, and then you can move on to the radial gradient. So let's delete that. Now this is the butterfly that I made in the previous video, and I exported it as a PNG file. So if you look down at the information bar, this is an image. It is not a path, okay? So I'm going to grab a square and I'm going to draw out a rectangle. And then I'm going to click on this next button over here in the fill and stroke panel, which is pattern. Okay, and it puts a pattern inside that rectangle. Now, I want to fill this with this butterfly. So what I'm going to do is go to my selection tool, select the butterfly, go to Object, Pattern, Objects to Pattern. And that's going to give me a new pattern over here, pattern 7065, okay? Now I'm going to click on my stars here, and I'm going to go to pattern 7065, and it filled my rectangle with my image. All right, but I don't like the way it's scaled. So how you fix that is you go to your node editor. Now when I clicked on that, let's go back to selection. The only thing selected is this here. Watch what happens to the butterfly over here when I go to my node editor. I have an X, a circle, and a square. Over here, I have a square, a circle, and a square, which are, on any image, you can resize it with these, and you can round the corners with these, okay? But over here is different. If I hover over each one of these, if you look in your information bar, it tells you what it will do. So the square will scale the image, okay? And the circle will rotate the image, okay? And the X will move it around inside your shape. So this is great for you paper crafters, because you can print this on a piece of cardstock and you have your own graphic designed paper, okay? So I just wanted to show you that. Now you can use it with the print then cut feature. You just have to get creative on how you're going to use it. But you will now go ahead and select your image. You can get rid of that and then select this. But if you look, you've got little remnants left over. Just go to your node editor and, well, actually, that's not going to work. So let me back up here. I don't want to move it. I want to scale it. But I want to scale it over here. So you got to kind of play around with it to get it just right. But you can. I'm going to leave it at that. Okay. I'm going to select my butterfly now and delete it. And then I still have those little remnants up there, but that's okay. Now I'm going to select this and go to File, Export PNG Image again. Make sure it's under Selection. Give it a name and a destination to save it to, and then export it. And you can take this into Design Space for the Cricut Explore machines that have the print then cut feature, and you can print then cut this. Now, I would suggest that once you get it into Design Space, you go ahead and draw a square to put behind it, and then select them both and flatten them, because if you don't, it's going to cut out each little butterfly. Which, I mean, if you want 12 butterflies that have a gradient to stick on stuff, hey, you can do that too. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching, and I'll get it in this time. Join me for my next video.